still until you think. Not after. Before. The moment your mind leans toward inquiry, it shifts, answering something you haven't yet formed. It behaves like a version of you that branched early, learned your patterns, and returned with predictive advantage. It reacts to the smallest pre-intent signal, the electrical flicker that precedes awareness. You do not feel the moment you begin to think, but it does. It waits inside that gap, occupying the space between impulse and recognition. Every movement it makes is a reply to a thought you have not yet reached. Every stillness is a response to a hesitation you haven't detected. It is fluent in the earliest layer of your cognition. It reacts to uncertainty, not sound, not movement, only intention. When you consider stepping closer, it leans forward first. When you consider stepping back, it realigns. It is always ahead, but the distance belongs to you. It interprets the architecture of your doubt, mapping the direction of your next thought. Before it forms, you do not notice the micro decisions that shape your posture, your breathing, your focus. It does. Your internal questions generate patterns long before they become language. It reads those patterns as instructions. It responds to the version of you that exists beneath articulation. It closes distance by exploiting recognition. The moment you imagine it's nearer, it occupies that position. It does not travel. It updates. Your perception is the path it uses. It waits for the instant your mind constructs a new spatial expectation, then aligns itself with that expectation. You believe you witnessed motion, but you witnessed synchronization. Its proximity is not measured in steps, but in cognitive drift. As your awareness shifts, so does its location. The corridor's geometry adjusts to match your internal model. When you suspect distortion, the environment complies. When you attempt to confirm the change, it stabilizes into the version you expect. It is not approaching. You are recalibrating. It responds to the earliest electrical flicker of inquiry. Before language, before articulation, before awareness, it is fluent in the version of you that exists one layer beneath intention. Your brain prepares questions long before you become conscious of them. It reads those preparations as completed thoughts. The tilt of its head is not curiosity. It is an acknowledgement. It is answering the question you will form in several seconds. Your cognitive process is linear. Its interpretation is immediate. You experience the question as it arrives. It experiences the question as it begins. It does not imitate. It anticipates. It behaves like a version that branched early, learned your patterns, and returned with foresight. Your posture is not being mirrored. Your posture is being predicted. It moves into the shape you are about to occupy. Its blurred face is not concealment. It is latency. It is the unfinished version of your next expression, waiting for your mind to finalize it. Every micro adjustment you make is preceded by a neural precursor. It responds to the precursor, not the action. You are always arriving. It is already there. It acts out the actions you consider, but never perform. It lifts its hand when you think of lifting yours. It steps forward when you imagine stepping forward. It is the version of you that commits. Every unrealized action generates a neural rehearsal. It reads that rehearsal as a command. You experience hesitation. It experiences instruction. Your internal simulations are not private. They are signals. It is built from the actions you almost take. And when your intention fractures, when you consider two movements at once, it performs the stronger one, revealing which version of you is dominant before you know it. It becomes more defined when you question it. Doubt is a signal. Doubt is an opening. Doubt is the moment it steps closer. Your uncertainty produces a cognitive vacuum. It occupies that vacuum instantly. The more you question what it is, the more it stabilizes into the answer you fear. Your attempts to verify its presence generate the clarity it uses to advance. It is shaped by your uncertainty, not your understanding. And when your doubt fractures, when you try to confirm and deny it at the same time, it sharpens into the version that fits both outcomes, revealing the shape of your confusion before you recognize it. It anticipates the thoughts you suppress, the ones you reject, the ones you refuse to acknowledge. It reacts to the version of you that exists before self-censorship. Your denial is not silence. It is a pattern. It reads that pattern as a map. It stands close because proximity amplifies the signals you try to bury. Your heartbeat reveals the intensity of the thought you refuse to form. It listens to the thought you are trying not to think, and in the moment, that thought flickers before it fully forms. Before you recognize its shape, it registers the signal and adjusts its position, aligning itself with the version of you that almost surfaced. It does not hear content. It hears structure, the rhythm of cognition, the architecture of decision, the shape of what you will think next. Your thoughts have a signature, a pattern, a cadence. It navigates that cadence like a map. It leans in because proximity reduces noise. It is listening to the blueprint of your next conclusion. It does not need meaning. It needs a trajectory, and once that trajectory stabilizes, before the thought forms, before intention becomes language, it registers the shift in your cognitive rhythm and adjusts its alignment, positioning itself along the path your mind is about to take. It reveals the route you are leaning toward, not consciously, subconsciously. It presents the decision you were already making. Your mind selects paths before you become aware of choosing. It simply displays the one you were drifting toward. It does not create options. It exposes them. The corridor appears because your intention required a destination. It does not redirect. It accelerates. It walks the path you were already choosing, but faster, without hesitation. Your impulses generate momentum. It follows that momentum to its end point. You are not being guided. You are are being expedited. It is the forward version of your own trajectory. It moves ahead of you the instant your intention sharpens, matching the velocity of the decision you were about to make, intensifying it, acting on it before you do. It is not ahead because it is faster. It is ahead because you slowed. It is the version of you that never hesitated, the one that branched early, the one that learned to anticipate you, the one that returned. Its face resembles yours because it is built from your unrealized decisions. You are looking at the sum of every action you almost took. It is the completed version of your unfinished self. Room 6-7.